All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the November West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem meeting. We're very excited to have you all here. Amber, do we have any updates?
Not we have a good group of people coming, but we just wanted to say happy Global Entrepreneurship Week. If you haven't already posted your support on social, it's always good to do so. So welcome to Global Entrepreneurship Week and November's call.
All right. And first off, we're going to have Andy talking to us about Yes, West Virginia. Andy, how do we get involved?
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. I'm Andy Malinowski with the Department of Commerce. I'm here today to share with you about something we're doing at the Department of Commerce called Yes, West Virginia. And what you see on your screen is a product called Everyone's Social, and it's an advocacy network used by Dell, HP, Meta, Facebook. And Adobe started this about 12 years ago, where they took their employees and they asked them to share information about their company on their personal social media profiles. And what we have done here is we've invited West Virginians. We have about 300 folks in the environment today. It's like a small social media network where we send out information that makes available good news about West Virginia. And the neat thing about it is it allows us to monetize the value of organic social media impressions. And I'll show that to you in a moment. But I also wanted to show you how easy it is. You are invited to participate. We have screens or seats available to anyone that commits to sharing this information. But the main goal is it helps you achieve your personal and your professional goals. We have used this to promote the entrepreneurial ecosystem. We use it to promote Vertex, for example. Here's one. Tina Simmons Marking is up in Wheeling. She submitted this piece of content. We have approved it. And for people to share it, if they want to share that story about Sean Frisbee and air mobility, they simply do that. They hit share, make sure they want to do that, and then simply say share now. And that piece of content goes out to their Twitter, LinkedIn, and you can also schedule it to go onto Facebook. But also you can say something called share later, and it will present that information on your personal profile when it would reach the most people. Another thing that we'll talk about today is jobcase.com/WV. This is a way for us to promote jobs in West Virginia. And Amber, will you nod? Can you still see the West Virginia Resource Center? This is a partnership with the second largest job aggregator in the country. We are, as you can see, promoting film. We're promoting tech ecosystem jobs, public safety, public trust. I'll put this in the chat and you can click over here later to see it. But here's an example of how we're going to help the corrections industry restaff their organization under different training, a different salary, different leadership on how we address a very needed occupation in West Virginia to protect public safety and technology. Last year, we had about 300 technology jobs actually in February, March, where we worked with Octana, Leidos, Northrop Grumman, MHI, RJ, and we promoted their jobs nationally to help find applicants, Form Energy, those kinds of things, those companies. So you can be a part of that as well. And just over the last 90 days, if you look at the metrics, you can see if you are added to this, we're close to a 400,000 reach. So if you join us, you will be part of this. Your 5,000 net LinkedIn, Twitter connections, generating based on values that we would pay for engagements or clicks over the last 90 days, close to $300,000. If you look up here, this clicks engagements number of organic social media reach of clicks and engagements on content that has to do with West Virginia. And I'll show you that in a moment. And if you look at what's going on across, we had 9,700 shares in 90 days, generating 1.6 million impressions, 114,000 clicks. We delivered audience to 114,000 times, and 22,000 times someone liked, commented, or shared the information that we have put into that feed. And that kind of information is economic development, livability, jobs, our daily 304 podcast, which is 3 stories every day worth your time about West Virginia. If you don't listen or follow us on social, please do. Paris Winfrey with the Ascend program, contributing content to this network about Adventure West Virginia turning 20. What West Virginia Living's Wonderful Women, Wonder Women, making sure that we promote that. heavily in events like that, highlighting leaders in West Virginia. And for you to see the effectiveness of it, please go to LinkedIn or Twitter. Simply search YESWV. Amber, you can still see my LinkedIn page. Is that right? Boom. And you'll see Amy Wilson promoting Yes, West Virginia. Stephen Hoffman, our executive producer, promoting the Charleston Alliance, Charleston Roots Initiative. Me promoting West Virginia Film. Dave Lavender, Chris Warner, the head of the EDA up at Northgate, the WVEDA promoting that. So you can see we've made that content available, and multiple people are sharing that information. Lily Hicks promoting the West Virginia Capital Access Fund. Over on Twitter, same thing will happen. I don't necessarily care if Yes, West Virginia trends. It's a way for me to to track what's happening. My time is up. The flyer, I've sent it to Tara. If she could share that with the group, we would love for you to participate in the Yes, West Virginia program and to use JobCase to help connect people to career opportunities in West Virginia. I'm always available to you. Call me anytime later.
Thank you so much, Andy. I know we've used Yes, West Virginia and this platform for some support of Bridging Innovation Week and getting that outreach out there. It's a great platform for you all to use, especially when storytelling and kind of getting the word out there about the good things that we're doing is so important. So we'll be sure to share that out in the recap. Next up, we have our Entrepreneur Spotlight. We have Angelica Gillerin with Strong Rapport. Angelica, you want to take it away?
Oh, unmute myself. That'll help. Okay. How do I get to the top of your screen? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, thanks for the help. Thank you guys, everybody, so much for inviting me here. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Angelica Gillerin. I have been operating my business since 2018, and we are digital marketers, and we also do a fair bit of traditional marketing. So my story started in the state of West Virginia in 2014 when I moved here with my husband. And when I moved here, I really wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I've always been great with connecting people to resources, and that's really what kind of helped me transition to where I am today. So one of the things that I want to talk to everybody on this call a little bit about while I'm here is one of those resources that really helped my business step into the next level. And that was getting federally certified as a woman-owned business. So during the pandemic, I made the decision to niche down. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've had a lot of issues with the word niche before because I don't want to be put in a box. And I think most people are holistic. I think a lot of people are not interested in just one type of content or doing just one type of thing or anything like that. But we made the decision to start working exclusively with women. So when I was looking to develop my niche, so to speak, I developed one that was awfully broad, right? Like that still gives me 50% of the population to work with. And we got really good at helping other women and women-led nonprofits tell their stories. And through that process, I met some really incredible women that helped me get my federal certification. So that certification is not a state certification. It is a federal certification. And if you go to wbenc.org, you can find more information on how to do that. But what that did is it gave me the option to be a vendor for some much larger clients that were working even with larger clients. So I work with a cleaning company, for example, and they are a big vendor at Toyota. So the way that they got into Toyota was by being a certified federally woman-owned business. And the reason that they were able to hire me to help and with their marketing, with their training videos, with their digital materials and their branding elements was specifically because I took the time to get that certification too. You are going to need your business to have a brick and mortar, and that is kind of a hang up for some people, but I do know that there's some ways around that through using a PO box, temporary office space, shared spaces, things like that. So I don't want that to be a discouragement for anybody. And you're probably going to want to have like an accountant or somebody handy to help you with putting together the financial elements of that you would need to get federally certified. And I recognize that this is really only helpful probably to 50% of the people on this call. But another thing that I would say is if you have a business partner, you only have to be 51% woman-owned to be a federally certified woman-owned business. So this Strong Rapport is the company that I own on my own. But in a previous life, I also had a business with a business partner that's a really good mentor to me, and his name was Sean. He was not a man, but we still got federally certified under that company too, because I just maintained the majority sharehold of that business at 51%. So our federal certification was not affected by that. So I hope that is encouraging to somebody. And if anybody on this call would like any more information about how to do that or specific things financially for my business that certification has impacted, I am happy to share those stories. As far as people in the group that might be able to help me solve a problem, I will let you know that right now, the biggest thing that I am looking for is a business that has gone through the process of sharing equity with employers or looking to make a transition into selling their business. I am not there yet, but I think I'll be there in the next 5 years or so. So I'm really looking for somebody that can help just give some guidance to me on what that journey looked like for them. And I think that is very close to my time. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Angelica. And also an early congratulations. Angelica and I are graduating Leadership West Virginia on Friday afternoon. So thank you so much, Angelica, for being here. We really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. All right, next up, Jessica Firmstone. Can you tell us a little bit more about New Markets Impact Fund? Do we have Jessica on?
We do. I'm not seeing audio. I'll message her and troubleshoot. If maybe Arian, would you mind giving a quick update on your end around food packaging needs in the NSF I-Corps program?
I would love to. Thanks, Amber. So this is both an advertisement / awareness for a program, and then separately a request for assistance. Can you guys hear me okay before I keep going? Okay,
yes,
awesome. Perfect. Thank you. So first thing I want to let people know about, and Jessica, who is my program manager, is also on. She's going to drop the link to the application. A lot of you have probably heard about me talk about the NSF I-Corps program before. I won't go into it because I don't have enough time, but it's a fantastic 3-week-ish long, very part-time program just to teach people the basics of customer discovery. As part of the grant that we got refunded for this cycle, we now also have hybrid courses, which are they're themed or sector specific. So the next hybrid course we have is all focused around ag tech, agrotech, anything related to the ag tech field. And so what we do is we have a couple weeks of some online classes. You get your business coach, you'll work with your business coach, and then we do a fully paid trip to the American Farm Bureau Association meeting. I might be getting that specific name slightly wrong, but I believe that make a bunch of connections.
Okay.
Oh,
Arian.
Can I keep going? Sorry.
You're good. Keep going.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, it's a great opportunity. Like I said, we fully pay for your trip to go to the meeting. Your business coaches go with you, and we do a very kind of like hands-on experience for going out, getting customer discovery done, working with your business coach. It's a really fantastic experience. So I believe Jessica either has or will drop the link in the chat. If you're interested, applications do close November 22nd, so you want to get those in. But you're welcome to reach out to us. Jessica will also put our office email address in there if you have any questions about the program please feel free to reach out and let us know. But if we could spread the word about that, we would love to see some West Virginia teams get into that program. So that's I-Corps. Then my very, very quick request is we are working with some entrepreneurs who are working on a new type of protein bar. They've already got customers lined up and ready to go, but they need assistance with the packaging. So just the actual wrapping of the protein bar. If anybody knows of anybody, or if anybody provides that service specifically, if you want to just shoot me a message, or you can email us at that same email address that Jessica just dropped there, that would be fantastic. We would really appreciate it.
Perfect.
That's
Thank you
all
so
I've got.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ariane. So as you guys will note, Jessica Allen has dropped those links into the chat. So that's for I-Corps. And then if anyone knows about food packaging for those wrappers, we have an entrepreneur that is in need. And then we are going to go back to Jessica Firmstone. Jessica, if you could come on and tell us about the New Markets Impact Fund. Nope. Are we having audio issues?
I'm showing she's unmuted. Jessica, we can't hear you if you're talking. Man, we're doing great in November, guys.
All right, Jessica. So we'll come back. We'll try you again. So the American Dream Project. Lindsay, are you on to talk about that?
I am. Let me get my video up. So hi, my name is Lindsay Mueller, and I run an initiative called the American Dream Project. So my company is Whole Property Group, and they are recent owners of the Charleston Town Center. And so the American Dream Project is our small business initiative that reaches out. Typically, we partner with local small businesses in order to host pop-up shops. And we do this across a lot of markets in our portfolio. But we recently launched the one in Charleston. So we're really excited to hopefully connect with some local small businesses, brick and mortar, people who are interested in trying brick and mortar, or they might be solely online looking to try it out for the first time. Maybe this is their third storefront. They're looking to try to scale their business, things like that. So it's a pretty unique opportunity. So with our contest, it's a pop-up shop contest where we select a winner to be chosen to win 12 weeks of space in the mall. And there's a couple other, like additional perks. We provide, some training documents and try to facilitate a really good and successful business. So we have several resources that we provide as part of the winning package. And in the past, we've run this contest and it's had some time constraints in order to have it open for the holiday season. And just with our timeline's a little bit different this year in Charleston, just because it's just kind of a new take that we're doing on it. So it's a pretty open-ended timeline. We're basically looking for these small businesses to apply. And then once we, feel like we've really sat down and interviewed these people and selected our winner, then we'll move forward to, try to get them open in the space ahead of time. And I think that's my timer's gone off.
Perfect.
Thank
you so much. Yeah, and no, it goes so quick, right? Thank you so much. If you don't mind maybe putting in the chat who is in there now, and if you're going anywhere else in West Virginia, just as a little tidbits for folks as thinking, that would be great. Perfect. Next up, we have Jenna Green to talk about the West Virginia Government and Arts Grants.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jenna Green. I'm the Director of Arts at the State Arts Office within the Department of Arts, Culture, and History. So I am obviously here to talk about arts. Our mission is to support and grow the creative economy of West Virginia. And one of the main ways that we do that is through grants and services. So we have grants available to organizations, nonprofits, schools, units of local government, but specifically what I want to talk about today are the grants that we have available for artists. So if any of you entrepreneurs are running an arts-based business, we do have some grant programs that can help you expand or grow your business. I'm going to drop a link in the chat to our grants page. We have, depending on the time of year, we have anywhere from 15 to 20 different grant programs that are available, and about half of those are available to individual artists. So for anything from buying equipment for your business or your craft, or receiving training, traveling to show your work, all of that kind of stuff is covered under our grant programs. We have two main deadlines every year. Most of our grants are due April 1 or October 1, but we also have a handful of grants that you can apply for at any time throughout the year. And one of those is our travel and training grant. So if you are doing any travel for your creative business anytime between now and the end of the fiscal year, which is June 30th, you are eligible to apply for that grant program, and we can cover 75% of your travel costs to attend a training, a workshop, display your work, any sort of thing that you need to do for traveling for your arts business. I am available if you have any questions about any of our grant programs. I'll put my email address in the chat, and I encourage you to look at our website. All of our grants are listed on that link that I just put in. And I think that's it.
Thank you, Jenna. We appreciate you being here. I'm working with the Monongalia Art Center, and I know that they are planning to put in for a couple of grants. So thank you for the work that you do. All right, next up, Andy Tennant. Can you tell us about the National Security Innovation Network?
Yeah, sure. Hey, afternoon, everybody. My name's Andy Tennant, and I'm the Region Engagement Principal for the National Security Innovation Network. That is a DoD program. That's a national program. We have a national presence all over the country, and I represent the state of West Virginia. In effect, what we are is the tip of the spear for defense innovation. So everybody I talk to, I'm saying, if you think defense, if you think innovation, think about Andy. I'm trying to promote a network of people that are engaged in innovation within the state of West Virginia. And the way we do that is by basically developing a triad of innovators. So I'm going to draw a picture here, and we've got military partners up here at the top, and in the bottom left and the bottom right, we've got academia and the venture capital participants, which is mostly your crowd. So what we do is we solicit problems from military entities, and then we enter them into our programs, and then we promote those programs to anyone who can participate in them. Really what that looks like is, it's awesome, man. So we basically go to the military and say, what are your problems? They give us their problem sets, and then we farm them out to you guys through our programs. We are not a primary capital provider. So essentially what we're doing is just getting you guys exposed to what those problem sets are so that we can partner you up with a DoD entity. That gets you a foot in the door to the DoD economy. Once you get a foot in the door for the economy, your program, if you have a specific technology to solve that problem, it may turn into a program of record over an extended period of time. So that it totally depends on what that program is. I had 2 minutes here. Mostly what I'm trying to do is promote these programs to everybody in West Virginia. I'm a West Virginia native, and I want to see West Virginia grow. There's so much energy in the entrepreneurial space right now, and I want to promote West Virginia businesses and people that can help to advance the defense industry. Really, we're trying to figure out how to win the nation's wars before we get into them next time. I'm going to post a bunch of links here. Please check out the newsletters, because that's how I'm promoting our programs right now. And feel free to reach out on LinkedIn if you have questions. Thank you. Appreciate you guys' time.
Thank you. This is an incredible opportunity for plenty of folks across West Virginia. So we'll be excited to share those opportunities in our recap as well. Next up, we have Andrea with the the State Treasurer's Office. Sorry about that, Andrea, to talk about the Jumpstart Savings Contest.
Sure. Thank you so much, Amber. My name is Andrea Herrick. I'm the director of the Jumpstart Savings Program, which is our career savings program run through the State Treasurer's Office. We serve skilled trade professionals, entrepreneurs, and the blue collar workforce. Basically, you can save money for tools, equipment, licenses, certifications, business startup costs, ordinary and necessary expenses, and you can reduce your state tax obligation by as much as $25,000 a year using a Jumpstart savings account. So we're eager to promote this program. Right now, we are running a contest, and I will drop a link in the chat, as well as a digital flyer for our Jumpstart Savings Contest. It is running through midnight on December 31st. Basically, you can enter right from your phone. It is a contest in which you submit a photo and you write a caption telling about why you take pride in the being a West Virginia skilled worker. And really, we're just looking for 250 words, basically a good Instagram caption. And we're giving away as much as $12,000 in a Jumpstart savings account. We will be giving away up to $22,000 prizes and then a $10,000 grand prize. So we're giving away more money based on how many people enter this contest. So I really urge you to help me get the word out. When we think about skilled trade professionals, we're thinking about cosmetologists, chefs, electricians, welders, anybody who works with their hands. And so I've dropped a link to the Jumpstart contest in the chat, and then also I'll throw the digital flyer out there. Feel free to get in touch with me if you have any more questions. Thanks so much.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Andrea. We really appreciate you sharing the information on the West Virginia Jumpstart Savings Contest. That's an awesome program. So, that will also be in the follow-up newsletter that goes out in the next couple of days. All right, Brian Shaw, word on the street is you're hiring over at Advantage Valley. Tell us what's going on, buddy.
Let me unmute. There we go. Yes, we are. And here is just I can't scroll. Well, yeah, I can. Okay. So we've got some funding and another opportunity for a business coach. It's we have two different ones. I think Marjorie is going to drop a link to these opportunities in the chat. So if you know anyone or are interested, there's a couple opportunities we have here. One is a business coach through 8 of our 10 counties. That's these counties here. And then the other one is going to be related to or working with the trail towns along the Elk River Trail system. So that's going to be more of a you'll be working basically in about 3 counties with occasional overlap into some other ones, but the primary focus will be the Braxton Clay and portions of Kanawha along the Elk River Trail system. Ideally, we would like someone who lives really close to that area or in that area if possible, because there's a lot of travel between there, and it's not like these aren't the types of positions you can do from behind a desk. But I don't have 2 minutes worth of material for this to take up, but we are looking for some people, and hopefully this massive group here can help spread the word and help us get some applications. We are taking applications. You'll just want to email your resume and cover letter to Debbie, and this is through the end of the month, so not a whole lot of time left. Would like to get somebody up and running by the first of the year. So yep, that's it. Any questions? So started with I got 4 seconds
for questions, right?
Yeah, 3 seconds for questions.
My favorite thing is that you were like, "Oh, I'm doing great," and then you filled.
You sped up the time. I know you did. You like have it a little faster
I
than.
would never. Perfect. Well, thank you very much. And I love Marjorie's. We have not 1 but 2 openings in the text that she put in the chat. That's great.
Yeah.
So we have a couple cool special announcements that we just want to make aware of to the ecosystem kind of first, a little sneak peek. Over the past couple of months, we've been going through the subcommittee selection process to kickstart 3 subcommittees, one around capital, one around government regulatory support, and one around talent. So the Adventure Group, as the fiscal agent for that funding from the Appalachian Regional Commission, put a thorough review process in place, and we have made those selections for the organizations that will be leading those 3 subcommittees. So I'm going to introduce the organization, give them a quick minute to talk a little bit about themselves. Many of them you already are familiar with, actually all of them, because they're part of the ecosystem. But I just want to give them a quick opportunity to say hello and then let you all know that interest forms for those will be going out and will be getting kicked off really heavily here in December as we enter the new year. So first, the lead organization for the capital subcommittee will be Innova Commercialization. So Michelle, do you want to say a quick hello and a little background on Innova for anybody that's unfamiliar?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle O'Connor I'm the director of Innova Commercialization, and we are located in Fairmont, but a statewide initiative to help with businesses who want to start up, shift into a new sector, looking to expand or create ideas. And we specialize in tech, but I'm going to be very loosely defining tech. So look forward to working with a lot of you and seeing what we can do.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We're really excited to have Innova leading the capital subcommittee. The government regulatory support will be led by executive training centers. Valerie, you want to give a quick overview and say hello?
Yes, thank you, Amber, and hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Valerie Bernard, and my company is Executive Training Centers based in Mason County, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And Executive Training Centers has been a small business in West Virginia since 2002. No laughing, Mark, you started about the same time as me. And we help companies hire and develop their teams, but we also work on special projects related to all things entrepreneurship. And we're excited to partner with you, Amber, with you and your team on the regulatory government support side. We know that regulatory and government affects the creation of growth and new business, and that government also supports entrepreneurs through policy and infrastructure, business development. And we see this as an extremely important conversation, and our expertise is in facilitation. So we'll be reaching out and building this team for the venture group and designing a pilot project, gathering some information and presenting our findings in the spring at Bridging Innovation. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Great. Thank you. We're really excited. And like you said, all of these subcommittees are really designed to take your voices and elevate them and make sure that we're working in a strategic direction for the full ecosystem. So the Avenger Group is grateful for the funding from ARC, but really it's a collective effort of everyone here to make this possible. So last but not least, our talent/workforce subcommittee will be led by entrepreneur ecosystem experts. So our good friend Carrie White, do you want to talk a little bit about E3?
I do. Thanks, Amber. It's Tara St. Clair and I formed E3 in August. And so we've been picking up some steam, and we're really, really excited about heading up the subcommittee for talent and workforce, and really locating talent in the region who are interested in entrepreneurship, helping coach them up, feeding them into the ecosystem, making sure that they get the resources and the support that they need. And so we're looking forward to working with anybody in the ecosystem who would like to help with that initiative, recruit talent, bring them to the region, and help them be successful.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So we're really excited to see everything that happens with the subcommittees as they get kickstarted, and that they will be highlighted at Bridging Innovation Week. So in that follow-up email, you'll see an interest form. If you're interested in participating in one, you can go ahead and complete that, and we'll get you in touch with the lead organizations. So really thankful for everyone's participation. I'm going to throw it over to Cam on our team, who's going to give just a quick couple of reminders around Bridging Innovation Week, and then we'll circle back to Jessica, and then we'll open it up for comments. So Cam?
Yeah, so a quick couple reminders for Bridging Innovation Week. Our call for speakers is open through November 30th. So we will send all this in the follow-up email, but there are 2 tracks that you can choose from entrepreneur and entrepreneur support organizations. We're looking for 3 speakers, 3 speaker proposal reviewers. So if you're not going to put an application in, we would love for you to follow up with Jen and let her know that you would love to be part of the process to review speaker applications. And we also have sponsorship opportunities available as well. So please do look for that in the follow-up email. Thank you.
Thanks, Cam. We appreciate you, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone at Bridging Innovation Week in Huntington, West Virginia. All right, Jessica Firmstone, do you want to try? Go again. Tell us about New Markets Impact Fund. Jessica, we can't hear you.
I'm like doing all the possible buttons that I can possibly do.
Yeah. All right.
I can
Jessica,
see her. She went off video.
I
but-
know.
Oh,
There
wait,
you
there
go.
you go.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
It's a holiday
Yes.
miracle, everyone.
Woo!
It's a holiday miracle.
Great. Obviously, I am in the car, so my apologies. And clearly, I'm not here to talk about technological advances, but appreciate the time today. I am the Community Development Officer with West Banco Bank and wanted to take a few minutes to discuss new market tax credits and kind of what we do around that really briefly. We have a new markets loan program that is very unique, and I don't know if you've ever been involved in a new market tax credit transaction, but you know, if you have, it is very complicated and very difficult, but we have a program that is simplified. It makes it look very much like conventional financing. And the benefit to it is that it offers a discounted interest rate of 50% below whatever market rate is, and that rate is fixed for the first 7 years. And that loan program is really fantastic and offers a lot of benefits, including origination fee, $0 origination fee. So the program is out there for borrowers and is a really good way to get low cost of capital out into underserved and distressed markets. But in addition to that, because the bank gets to keep all of the interest that comes back in off of those loans that we make, we're able to offer a new markets impact fund that is available for things like donations and sponsorships as well, towards programs that support entrepreneurs or programs that support community development. So because of the way we utilize our new markets tax credit allocation, if you have something like that, whether it's a borrower who is looking to get started in a severely distressed community, or you have a program that needs some help getting jump started in one of those severely distressed communities, please feel free to reach out to me because we may be able to assist with either side of that to get that going and help the area that you're located in.
Great. Thank you so much. And we'll be sure to follow up with information on that and have people take advantage of that opportunity. All right. I just realized there are a couple additional before we open it up to comments, Tara, including yourself. So Tara, word on the street is you have a competition coming up.
It's true. Ignite West Virginia. Don't forget, round one entries are due January 18th by noon, and they are open to for-profit and nonprofit organizations. So if you're sitting on this call and maybe you are a for-profit company or a nonprofit organization, or you know one, please encourage them to enter. So this is to help get funds to start or grow your business in the state of West Virginia. So I dropped the link in the chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions, and I'll drop my email address in the chat as well.
Awesome. All right, Mark, take us away for our last final slotted update. And then if anybody has anything in the chat they want to talk about, drop that in and we'll call on you afterwards.
All right, guys. My name is Mark Burdett. I'm the program coordinator for West Virginia Business Link. And is that, are you guys seeing my screen to pick the right one?
Yep,
okay. Yeah, and we're a service of the Small Business Development Center here in the Department of Economic Development. And I have just a few announcements. I want to run through these real quick. I don't want to take the Secretary of State's thunder away. I know Mike Queen's on here, but I wanted to make everybody aware of this. We just posted this a few days ago. Be sure to distribute this to your entire networks. This is an urgent notice to business owners about annual report solicitations. So while we have everybody here on the call, wanted to make sure that we highlight this. So be sure to share with your entrepreneurs, your companies you work with. Want to get the word out with regards to this specific announcement. I want to run through several new resource partners. You guys have seen and heard from Miranda Williamson. We've got both of her profiles on the actual Seed Spot and the actual Impact Accelerator on Business Link. So be sure to check that out. And we want to welcome them to Business Link. Andy Tennant, good to see him on this call. He is our latest and newest member here on Business Link. Be sure to connect with him on here and get up to speed on what they're doing. Wanted to highlight, as some of you guys know, that I think Grant and Preston County, they all kind of converged, and now Seneca Rocks, they have merged their profile on Business Link. So be sure to check that out since they got a new brand. Tara, Ignite West Virginia, and Cam with Spark West Virginia, both the business plan competitions for their respective groups are now on Business Link to make it easier for entrepreneurs to connect. And we're trying something new here. We're trying to get the BID reps involved. Jennifer, we're getting their profiles up on Business Link so entrepreneurs can connect with those folks in the development office directly. So that's going really well. Just want to remind everybody that if you are a resource partner on this call and you're not part of the network, we highly encourage you to hop right here. I put my contact information, all the links that you need to get connected. If you're not a partner yet, be sure to submit it and get signed up. Also a reminder, online calendar. You guys are doing a great job. Click on this button, submit your event, and get your events highlighted statewide through our calendar. And if you're not connected on the newsletter, please fill out this form and it will come to me and get you added. So those are my updates for the month.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mark.
Yep.
Now we'll just open it up. If there are any updates or asks, anything that the ecosystem wants to share, you're more than welcome to hop in here and share that. Mary, we do this every month. It's a nice little game we play. Do you want to talk about that? She's like, no, not today, Amber.
Oh, you can find her in the chat. SBIR, STTR.
There we go. Did I unmute now? There I am. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, so this is same as last year, but we're restarting it. Instead of waiting until January, we're restarting the SBIR STTR training program for any business interested in learning more about applying for the federal seed fund, largest source of money for innovation and technology companies. So yeah, starts this Thursday, 2 days from today. That link is in there, and it's starting with an intro like we did last year. We will repeat the intro probably around March, just partly into the new year. And but we get into working with bringing in. It's run by SBIR Federal Contracting Consultants, so they get a lot of good information. So that's it.
Perfect. Thank you. Bill, I saw your hand.
Yeah, thank you, Amber. Wow, that's big. Thank you for calling on me. Just to say that because this is a great network of professionals spread across the state of West Virginia, the director of the Nonprofit Association recently left. So I just dropped in the link to that job description. So it's right there. They are a Benedum grantee, long-term grantee that really does a lot for the nonprofit space in the state of West Virginia. So if you or someone you may know is interested, please have them reach out either to the organization directly. If you want to reach out to me, I can connect you to the board of directors. That's all.
Perfect. Thanks, Bill. Again, I like that idea. If anybody has any job opportunities like Brian and Bill shared, or knows of any that came up in your network recently, this is a great place to share that. Kim, did you want to say something quick?
Sure. there's so many great things going on. I just commend all of you guys for all the hard work. But two things I think that might apply here. One is I heard the word innovation a lot, and I work with people who are interested in franchising their business or licensing their business. And I also work with some private equity teams that would help finance some of this. So I mean, I can put my contact information in the box here in a second too. And the other thing, I think two more things. One is I'm happy to go throughout the state and talk to people about business in general, and whether you should seek franchising opportunities or whether you should do it independently, and the different ways each of those can be supported. So I'm offering to do that. And then the third thing is, yeah, I have like 350 different businesses that I represent through franchising, which for a lot of people is a pretty good way to go. And there's also a lot of funding that's available through a lot of these different institutions. I've heard a little bit more about that today. So that's really kind of it. I mean, there's just a lot here that I think that I could help people accomplish, I guess, along, the entrepreneurship route.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely. Thanks so much, Kim.
Thank you.
Paul, I see your hands raised.
Yes, thank you. Paul Wright here, WVS Courses. And y'all may have seen me once or twice with Judy Moore. I've been working the past 3 years on the Communities of Healing program in South Central West Virginia. But I'm interested in possibly being one of the speakers. I just finished and putting in a proposal. I'm just finishing up a research project with the Appalachia Regional Commission, where we reviewed 200 different business development grantees over that had grants across Appalachia. And we got a lot of great findings, and I don't know if that would be of interest. And I will say that there was a lot of focus on access to capital and the ecosystem partners. And we got some of you actually participated. Thank you all that participated in the surveys and the focus groups and the data points. But anyhow, I'm just wanting to say hello. I don't want to miss out on being a part of this group, so I'm looking for connections about being still part of this ecosystem that's so strong in West Virginia. Even though I'm in Berea, Kentucky, I have worked over there for 3 years and look forward to continue working over there as I can. So just want to throw that out there. And any way to volunteer to be on one of these subgroups, I'm happy to do that. Send me a link. And Amber, I know you've got my contact information as well. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, perfect, Paul. I will follow up with that, saying that we've had several conversations with a lot of you that have just great knowledge and valuable information to bring to Bridging Innovation Week. We are purely going through a speaker proposal process this year to try to alleviate some of the work that Tara and I have done in the past around coordinating everyone. So would please put those in by November 30th, and we can look at potentially extending that if we need to. But Paul, I would encourage you to put that research that you've been doing. I know I was part of that process, and that would be really valuable. So if you are, if you have interest in speaking and being part of Bridging Innovation Week, that would be the route to go. We're using that as kind of a catch-all for the good thoughts that are taking place. So Christy, I see your hand raised.
Yes, hi, Christy Johnson. I'm actually here with the Appalachian Regional Commission. So this was like a good call for me, I think, to get on and introduce myself. I am new to ARC. I've been here just a little under a month, and I'm working with Jen Simon, who some of you may be your ecosystem. And just quickly introduce myself. I'm working as a program analyst at ARC, and I have extensive experience in economic development on a local level, primarily in the Washington, D.C. region, but I did spend some time working in Western Maryland. But I live close to West Virginia, actually out in Winchester, Virginia. So not too far from you guys. But anyway, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm sure we're going to be working closely together. And I was just happy to join this call today to get all of this information about the great things you guys are doing. I'll put my contact information in the chat too.
Perfect. I know that ARC has been one of the biggest advocates and supporters of ecosystem development and really is focused on that. So we appreciate you being here today. All right. Any other final updates from the group? Also, a reminder that registration and your room blocks are available for Bridging Innovation Week as well. We'll put all those in the follow-up email. So we're really excited. It'll be a good time. Good time. All right. Tara, any final thoughts?
No, just as always, grateful for everyone that was able to join and participate. And we're looking forward to ending the year strong in December. And we'll see you in about a month.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone, take
Thanks,
care.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.